Good morning, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, welcome to the 17th Annual Vikes Championship Breakfast. We are very excited to be here today as your MCs. Please join us in thanking Degrees Catering, who prepared today's delicious meal. Before we get started, we would just like to ask that if you have to make your way to the washroom this morning, please follow the signs out the back corner of the room. To begin this morning's event, please join us in welcoming Elder Dr. Skip Digg.
Good morning. I'll try again. Good morning. Thank goodness I'm not on Zoom. You know that awful feeling when you say good morning on Zoom? Yeah, that's right. It's quiet. My dear friends, there been so many eons our people have put together something for their young people. And now today, in today's time, we have so much wonderful things happening for our young people. And now we have the wonderful corporations, businesses giving and helping the young people today. I'm just there's no way I can say just kudos to them, because all the people on the front line and the businesses that give their time see the results at home. Some time ago, we had 24 students in the whole of BC that were going through university. Today, in contemporary time, we have hundreds coming out of all the disciplines. So there's just so wonderful capacity building at home. I just can't say enough thank you to those real generous, real people that are running their own businesses and walking really, really good with the young people today. I got a little sidelined, sorry. My name is Lachichalak, a name given to me by my family from Songhees. My mother was part Sartlip and Saanich. She married into Songhees, and three of the grandmothers came from the West Coast. One stopped in Souk, one stopped in Esquimalt. One of the grandmothers stopped in Songhees, so that connected me with that. And my son was married to somebody in the Kwakwala Nation. They had one daughter, so I have to watch my P's and Q's for all the big houses on the island. It's so wonderful that we see all those homes receiving the same kind of acknowledgement when they land here. The old time was that when the canoes landed in our territory, they would ask for permission to land and work in our land. And Before that, we would listen to their drumming coming in, whether it's a wartime song or it's a peaceful song. Today, in contemporary time, with so much peaceful things going on, all our young people that are coming into our harbors now are seeking that wonderful thing called knowledge in a real good way. And it's being received really, really, really good. I just can't say enough about all the frontline workers and the businesses that are walking with us into the future. But with that, on behalf of our Sungis and Lekwungen people, I wanted to say how proud I am to welcome you to our territory and have a real wonderful breakfast and eat.
Thank you so much to our elder, Dr. Skip Dick.
Good morning, I'm Isabella Bernaro, and I'm on the women's swim team, currently in my 4th year, studying a double major in biology and psychology, plus a minor in statistics.
My name is Monica Arcady, and I'm the assistant captain of the women's track and cross country team. I'm in my 3rd year of a French and environmental studies double major.
It is incredible to see so many lovely faces here today to support such a remarkable athletic program. This is our most important fundraising event of the year for student athletic scholarships. And on behalf of the entire Vikes community, we are so grateful to have friends, family, alumni, and community leaders alike in attendance. As a senior athlete, it has been amazing to see this fundraiser grow throughout my time here, which has allowed me and so many other athletes to excel in academics and athletics.
Of course, today's event would not be possible without the support of our event sponsors. This year's sponsors are Team Sales Vancouver Island, Minute Maid, the University of Victoria, and Rogers Sports and Media. Thank you all for your generous support for this breakfast and the future of our Vikes students and programs.
As always, we have a number of dignitaries here that we would like to introduce. Please hold your applause until the end. Please welcome Dr. Elizabeth Croft, Vice President, Academic and Provost, Mr. Chris Horbachewski, Vice President, External Relations, Marianne Buller, Chancellor, and Murray Farmer, former Chancellor of the University of Victoria.
As well as Ms. Jane Potonchier, Associate Vice President, Alumni and Development, Mr. Jim Dunstan, Associate Vice President, Student Affairs, Joel Lynn, Executive Director, Student Services, and a number of our faculty deans and other University of Victoria representatives and supporters. And of course, a warm welcome to the Executive Director of Wellness, Recreation, and Athletics, Nicole Gringo.
A big welcome to everyone, and thank you for joining us today.
Hey Isabella, as a Vike who's been around for a while, where's your favorite place that you've traveled for a swim meet?
Well, not for a swim meet, but going to Hawaii for training camp was pretty spectacular. A nice change in temperature, but we were back in the cold for U Sports Championships in Montreal earlier this year. Competing there was a ton of fun. What about yourself?
Boy, am I glad that you asked. Although I cherished my time at the Butterdome in Edmonton and the freezing temperatures of Saskatoon and, well, the diplomatic ambiance of Ottawa, I must say, Eugene, Oregon, aka Tracktown, USA, takes the cake. It was so inspiring to race in the footsteps of my idols, and if it were not for your generous donations, we would not have had these opportunities.
These are just some of the ways your contributions here today and over the past 16 years have allowed Vikes student athletes to thrive academically and athletically. You have made all pursuing our dreams possible.
We would now like to take a moment to pass the mic along to UVic's Vice President, Academic and Provost, Dr. Elizabeth Croft, to provide greetings on behalf of the university.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Croft. I am the Vice President Academic Provost here at the University of Victoria, which is a wonderful pleasure to have that opportunity. And it is truly a pleasure to join you for this 17th Annual Vikes Championship Breakfast. I want to start by thanking our elder, Dr. Skip Dick, for that heartwarming welcome. Every time I speak to you, Skip, I learn more, and I'm just so encouraged by your enthusiasm. Thank you for education and the opportunity for all of our students. So thank you so much. I would also like to say thank you to the Department of Wellness, Recreation, and Athletics for hosting and organizing this fantastic event, and a special thanks to our MCs, Isabella Brunoro from Women's Swimming and Monica Arcadi from Women's Cross Country and Track. It is truly inspiring to see student athletes taking active leadership roles, especially considering how busy you are juggling performance and sport and academics. Today is about celebrating academic success. It is also importantly about all of us coming together to ensure that our talented students can succeed. This breakfast is the department's largest annual fundraiser, having raised $8 million over the past 17 years. That's impressive. Congratulations to you. Every single dollar raised goes directly to scholarships, helping our student athletes thrive by alleviating some financial pressures so that they can focus on their sport and their study. It is such an exciting time to be part of UVic, and for our Vikes programming, our students embody the active, healthy lifestyle that is at the core of our values. They compete at the highest level of varsity sport while also upholding UVic's standards of academic excellence and service. My deep appreciation and thanks to all of you here today, our donors, our alumni, our faculty, staff, and supporters. You are the ones that make it possible, and you are truly changing lives. Thank you so much. Please enjoy the rest of this morning's program, and of course, go Vikes!
Thank you, Dr. Croft.
Without further delay, we would like to introduce this morning's video presentation. This year, the traditional keynote speech will be replaced by a special video presentation featuring a dynamic panel of 3 esteemed guests: Carissa Norston, UVic women's rugby player and Paris 2024 Olympic silver medalist; Mike Holmes, UVic alumnus, builder, and UVic Sports Hall of Fame inductee; and UVic alumna and women's rugby head coach, Brittany Waters.
I feel bad.
The video will showcase the stories and insights of these 3 remarkable individuals.
to be able to go with like such a great team was just so much fun. I think like getting the silver medal was so cool. My mom was in the stands right behind the people who were giving us the medals, and she was crying, and it was really cool to be getting that medal. It was like obviously like didn't hit me in the moment what I was receiving, but yeah, just so incredible. Yeah, it was definitely a goal right from the start to try and make the Olympic squad. Obviously, I didn't have a lot of time to do that, just one season, but it was always a goal, and I always knew like if I like worked hard enough, it was a possibility. Actually getting the call up was like pretty surreal. It was amazing. Dream come true. But yeah, to be able to go with like such a great team was just so much fun. I think like growing up in a very athletic family and having two competitive siblings who played every sport that I played really helped me like become a competitive athlete and like always want to be the best that I could be. And my dad was a football player, and he would run like football plays with me and my siblings on the front lawn, and they would be like full contact, and he would be quarterbacking for us, and he would like send us running all over the yard, and we'd be chasing each other, tackling each other. I think it just really got me into like a competitive, aggressive mindset when it came to sport, which really prepared me to play rugby. So I started playing like hockey, joined soccer, grade 3, played basketball and volleyball in high school. And then like later into high school, my sister started playing rugby, and then I just went and watched a few of her games and thought it looked pretty fun, so gave it a shot. And I think just like the physicality of the game, like being able to be as aggressive as you want and not being like penalized for it was a huge factor in like pursuing that like further.
I actually joined rugby here at UVic in my first year in 2001. I was looking for an ultimate frisbee practice and happened upon the women's rugby team. My dad and my brother played when I was growing up, but I didn't know that women played. So it was my first experience seeing that. I remember just sitting there watching and thinking, this is a cool sport. It's something that I would like to try. So I went up to the head coach at the time and asked if I could try out, and he said yes. So I came back the next week with a bunch of my dad's rugby clothes and tried out and made the team, and then played 5 years here at UVic. I moved back to Victoria in 2011 to join the Olympic Sevens program at the time, and in my off time, I decided to come out and help assistant coach with the program. It was a real source of joy at the time during a really intense training program. Then each year I just kept coming back and adding more, and in 2015 the coach at the time was going to step down, and there was an opening, and I thought it was a great opportunity to step up as head coach.
Funnily enough, I went out for cross country, which is hard to believe, but I was getting about 190 pounds. It was a lot of weight to carry around, and I was tired of being about half a mile behind Debbie Scott, so I said I got to try something else. So I went out for rugby, and then about mid-season, and got involved with the Jutes, the under-19s, and it was a great experience, and just carried on from there.
Yeah, so definitely like the key turning points in my rugby journey. Moving out to the island, coming out with Rob McDougall, and then getting like kind of like pushed into like the youth sport environment and meeting Brittany Waters. I think starting to play youth sport and getting to train with older athletes and more experienced athletes helped me to like gain a lot of confidence in the sport. After joining the Maple Leaf program, it was definitely like a huge confidence builder, just like training with and around like the Sevens team, who was always on like the World Series, and gave me like a lot of like drive and like gave me something to pursue. Like if I can play like these athletes and like compete with them, then I know I can make it out there.
Youth sport has been a huge pathway for women's rugby to the national team. The coaches that have come before us have done an incredible job of making it a legitimate place for women to play rugby. UVic in general, in the past 5-10 years, has been a real hotspot for athletes to come and put their hand up and get noticed. And the Maple Leafs program, the National Sevens program, have been based out of here as well. So yeah, UVic has been a destination for athletes that want to play at the next level.
Yeah, I definitely chose UVic just to be closer to the Rugby Canada program. Just being like so like close and being able to do school and try and pursue playing for Team Canada was a huge factor in me choosing UVic. When I got called up to play for the Sevens team in Dubai, I was really happy, obviously. It was really cool to actually get out there with some of the friends who I've been training with for a year. It was pretty surreal. It was a dream come true to get out there, and I just kind of had the mindset of I have nothing to lose, I'm just going to send it, and it went well. It was so cool to score my first try against the US in extra time to win the game. That was a pretty cool moment, I feel in my rugby career. Yeah, and then just to have such a good season with such an incredible team who was supporting me the whole way through, and such great coaches, I think really is the reason that I was able to achieve Rookie of the Year. Just being surrounded by such great people and athletes who were supporting me all the way.
This past summer, watching Carissa and other alumni play at the Olympics was surreal. Such a proud moment for me as a coach, and yeah, that's pretty much everything you want as a coach, is to see your athletes thrive and reach their goals, and that's the ultimate goal. So it was incredible.
Well, from my own personal experience, I came from a tiny little school to a huge conglomerate. You get lost in the shuffle. It's difficult to find your identity. It's a tough time in life for teenagers transitioning from high school to university. And for me, this sport, and I'm sure it's the same for many, gives them a sense of purpose and meaning, something to strive for, something to try and be excellent at, gives you focus. And that's all just going to make you a better student and a better person.
That's part of what we want to bring here as coaches as well, is making sure that when athletes come into our program, they feel included, they feel like they can be themselves. That's definitely one of my coaching philosophies, is allowing people to be themselves in the space, and then along with that is to become the best version of themselves once they're here.
So financial support and scholarships have made a huge impact in my rugby journey as a student athlete. I think having such a busy schedule all student athletes do, balancing school and homework and work and playing a varsity sport is a lot, and just having that support and that aid to not have to worry about making sure I'm eating all the right food because I can't afford groceries, and having to miss training or miss out on working on extra skills just because I have to go to work is absolutely huge. Being offered financial support by UVic was a huge factor in coming here. I think just knowing every year that I wouldn't have to worry about at least a semester of tuition was a huge factor in me choosing to come here. It just makes my time here a lot easier.
Throughout the UVic, I got athletic awards like most of the Vikes did at that time from the government, $1,000, $2,000. A friend of mine, my best friend, Brian Williams, died by suicide. He was a great rugby player and a great character. So Howard Goering, who was a special collections librarian, and I decided to start an award in his name. There are matching grants from the provincial government, so we each kicked in a couple $1,000, I believe it was, and we banged the drum a little bit and got some more money, and I think that was probably the first athletic award in UVic, at UVic. Yeah, I really enjoyed the camaraderie of the sport, and I knew that players needed the money to make things ends meet and make the commitment to play, and fees are so high and expensive. Parents' expectations are very high. The pressure on kids to perform well academically is huge. So they need some help if they're going to go and play sports, in my opinion, because that takes time and potentially affects their studies, although I've always been of the opinion that it actually complements their studies and gives them discipline and value in what they're doing. So I think that's the inspiration behind it.
Yeah, I think having the opportunity to give out scholarships to these athletes that are doing so many great things for themselves, for their community, for their school is amazing. Obviously, it has a huge impact on their ability to focus more on their ultimate goals. I also think that scholarships demonstrate the value that we put on athletes and sport, and shows them that what they do matters, and that we care about what they're doing. So obviously it alleviates the financial strain, but it shows so much more than that.
The donors that are providing support for varsity athletes do make a world of difference in our lives. The generosity that they give to sport is just so beneficial for all of us and makes a huge impact in our lives, allowing us to make sure that we focus on our nutrition properly. We're not having to stress about work, and we can focus on our school and use our time well to get the most out of our academic and athletic careers.
When athletes are provided with scholarships during their time here, they see the benefit firsthand, and then are more likely to give back as well when they are out of the program. So I think in the past 5-10 years, a lot of athletes have had that scholarship opportunity and are now starting to give back more and more, which is great.
Sometimes it was, you feel like you don't want to do it because you don't have a lot of money at the time, but you give a little bit, you give a lot. It depends on your circumstance, and it's good. The old Governor General of Lamb was his name. He was a wonderful guy, and his whole speech was on how the importance of giving while you're alive, not when you're gone, because that's when you can enjoy the effects of what happens with it. And I enjoy hearing all the experiences of people who've gone through the programs and how they benefited from the awards. I tell them, first, think about your own experience and how you benefited from the awards that you might have received. And second, think how much of a challenge it is for people going to school, and the money they've got to spend and their parents have to spend. And thirdly, just don't think about having to give big amounts. Just give a little amount. Give $10 a month. Give $20 a month. When you can afford it, give $100 a month. When you do that, and a bunch of people do that, it adds up to a lot.
Wow, what an incredible video highlighting what truly is possible when the community comes together. Let's give a massive shout out to these inspiring leaders. Mike Holmes couldn't be here this morning, but his son Harry is in the room with us. Harry, Brittany, and Carissa, can you give us a wave? Another big round of applause for them, please.
We're so grateful for the outpouring of support that has already come in to help student athletes like us excel, both in our sport and our studies. A heartfelt thank you to everyone who's contributed so far. And with the launch of the $25,000 challenge pot, we've had donors asking, how close is each team to reaching their goal?
Wait a second. What exactly is the $25,000 challenge pot?
I'm so glad that you asked. Thanks to a generous anonymous donor, this year we have something really special. The $25,000 challenge pot. This donor has challenged every varsity team to raise more money at this breakfast than they did last year. And guess what? If a team surpasses their previous numbers, they'll get a share of that $25,000. Pretty awesome, right?
Wow, that is so generous. I'm glad I asked. Now to dive deeper into the numbers and show how close each team is to their goal. We are excited to welcome Courtney Baldwin to the stage, our University of Victoria Annual Giving Officer.
There we are. Hi folks, my name is Courtney Baldwin, and I was not nervous until I remembered that I haven't been on a stage since pre-COVID, and my watch asked me if I was exercising. So bear with me as I start this anew since 2019. Hi folks, so I'm here because I am supporting varsity sport, and as part of my portfolio I get to support Vikes and Vikes athletes and student athletes. And I help them by raising the funds that they need to achieve their goals and continue to do amazing things. Just like all of you, I'm incredibly proud to back these teams as they strive for greatness. Now, oh yeah, you can clap for that. That's a great idea. Now, we've had a number of donors who have asked us how the teams are doing so far. So we in the back have been there with our counting faces on and have been looking at the money rolling in, and y'all have kept us busy, which is great. So first, I would like to celebrate the teams who have met their goals and have secured a share of the $25,000 challenge pot. These teams are women's rowing. They're here. It's great. Men's rugby. Women's basketball. And men's rowing. Congratulations to you. Now, we do have some teams that are working hard to achieve their goal and to secure a share of the challenge pot. These numbers are as live as we can make them. And so forgive me as I read from my phone. So we have women's soccer has $1,530 to go. Women's rugby has $625 to go. Women's field hockey is just $1,500 to their goal. Swimming, they got to swim a little bit harder to the goal, but they're just over $2,000. Men's soccer is just over $9,000 to goal. Men's basketball is just over $6,000. Golf is just over $7,000, and track and cross country is just over $13,000. So, now some of you are eager, as I am, to try to help these teams surpass their goals. We're going to open this up to you in the room, and those of you who are watching virtually. If anybody would like to make a gift right now to bring the team closer to the goal, you're absolutely welcome to. If you're feeling inspired, as am I, just raise your hand and we'll bring a microphone to you. We'd love to hear who you're supporting, how much you're pledging, and why this means so much to you today. So I'll open it up to the floor to see if we have any takers. Oh, and there are hands. Okay, let's go over to this side. Jay-Z, thank you so much. And if you just want to stand up and give us a little bit of an info about you, that'd be great.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. My name's Harry Holmes, and I'm Mike Holmes' son. And today I'm excited to make a pledge on behalf of him and our company, Pemberton Homes, of $2,000 to Women's Vikes Rugby.
Harry, thank you so much. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they just hit goal. Thank you. Okay, I saw another hand in the crowd over here at table 16. Jay-Z, thank you so much.
Hi, Chris from Best Western Plaza, Carlton Plaza. Which team was the farthest from their goal?
I'm glad you asked. The farthest was cross country.
Okay, we'll do $500 to cross country.
Woo!
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, thank you so much. I have a hand back there. Ooh, and I don't even know what table that is. Poor Jay-Z. She be running.
Hopefully everybody knows me. I was the Vikes coach at swimming for 41 years, something like that. And I'm giving $2,500 to the swimmers.
Thank you, Peter. And I'm proud to announce that swim just hit their goal. Y'all be giving me goosebumps. Anybody else? Oh, I have a couple. Here we go. Oh, Jamie's coming over on this side here. I promise to get to you in the middle in a minute.
Yep. Thank you. My name's Aaron Walker-Duncan. I'm from Gorge Soccer, local community-based club here in Victoria, and we're proud to present $1,000 each to the women's and men's soccer programs.
Woo! Okay, that means women's soccer is $530 from theirs, and men's soccer is just over $8,000. I have another person in the middle. Jay-Z's there.
My name's Sheridan Scott. That's my beautiful daughter, Julianne. She and Britt were rugby players. They brought home a silver medal for Canada in 2014 at the French World Cup, and I'd like to offer $1,000 to support women's rugby here at UVic.
Woo! That's great. 2 quick things. I love your daughter. And also, women's rugby has just hit goal. Okay, I saw a couple. Okay, I have a couple of hands here. Where are my lovely mic people? Maybe Jamie, you can come down here. Okay, I promise I'll get to everybody. I promise.
Hi, I'm Michelle Peterson, Director of Operations for the Vikes, and I will pledge 500 to cross country.
Woo! Thank you so much.
There, you've met me already. I'll put another 500 into cross country.
Love it. Thank you. Thanks, Elizabeth. Okay, we have this lovely human in the middle there.
John Espley with Canada's Best Pension Plan. Small business person who grew up in Victoria. We were talking about that here at our table. There's not a lot of us in Victoria, as you know. A lot of people move in. So one of the things I just want to congratulate the Vikes on is the community pride that the Vikes have given us over the years. It's something I grew up with, supported, and frankly, I did try for cross country, and luckily I can talk faster than I can run, because I sucked. Now, small businessman, I can't do a lot, but I'd like to challenge every local to match this, 200 for cross country.
Woo! Okay, Jay-Z. Hi, Jim.
Morning, everyone. Jim Dunstan, AVP Student Affairs. It's fantastic to see everybody here this morning. I'm going to make a $1,500 donation to women's field hockey in recognition of my daughter, who, like her father, is a UVic, will be a UVic alum who's never played varsity sport, but benefited enormously from the Rising Stars program. And so our athletes do so much to compete and to give back to community, and that's been a sport that she's fallen in love with, and so I'm very happy to support that program and make that donation. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. And with that, I would say I'm pretty sure women's field hockey just met goal. Yeah, I'm getting the thumbs up. Okay. Any other hands? Oh, yep. I got a couple.
Hello, my name is Andrea Minter. I'm from Russell Books and a alumni varsity athlete with the cross country and track team. I'd like to give $1,000 to the cross country and track team as well. Thanks.
That's great. Thank you so much. Was there a hand down here? Yeah, Skip is telling me there was a hand. There we go. Jay-Z, there's just a hand down at the front next to Gail on table 7. Thank you so much.
Well, hi there, I'm Peter Log, I'm the Dean of the Faculty of Science, and I pledge $500 towards the men's basketball team.
Thank you so much. Okay, let me just scan the audience. Awesome. So first of all, thank you so much. Can we have a round of applause for everybody who stood up and pledged today? I appreciate that. So thanks to everyone in the room. Oh, and just checking in my back table, do we need to add anything else from people online? Are we still okay? We're okay. Okay, we're good. Awesome. Thank you. Just didn't want to miscount those folks. So thank you so much. I'm not a person who sports. I was a theater kid. You couldn't tell. But being in the Vikes and being able to work with these folks here and watch these student athletes and how hard they work has been incredibly inspiring. So to all the students in the room, if we could give a big round of applause, because what you all do is So, as a fundraiser, it's my job to tell you that everything will be open still for the Vikes Championship Breakfast until, I think we're going to shift it to noon on Tuesday the 15th. So if you would like to donate, or you know folks who still want to help these folks reach their goal of the $25,000 challenge pot, you're more than welcome to. But on behalf of everyone here, I would just like to thank you because your support not only helps these programs now, but in the years to come. And thank you for supporting student athletes. And with that, I will turn it back to our fabulous hosts, Isabella and Monica. Okay, yes, I will.
Oh no. Courtney, you took our script. Our scripts. You took our scripts.
Oh, I'm fired.
Little thief.
I'm sorry. It's all good. Thank you.
Thank you, Courtney, so much for that. And thank you to everyone who helped donate to the Vikes track team. I really appreciate that.
And swimming.
And if you still want to donate, feel free. If you did pledge, make sure you go to the back table before you leave today on your way out. And without further ado, Isabella.
Thank you again, everyone. As a varsity athlete, I know firsthand how much support can mean to an athlete's success. The contributions made by everyone here today, in the past, and both in person and virtually, will make such a significant difference to our program. So I'm very grateful. Thank you so much.
After competing with the Vikes for 3 years, I can assuredly say that we would not be able to accomplish what we do without your support. Knowing we have such a strong community rallying behind us is both invaluable and inspirational. So I'd like to say, on behalf of all of our student athletes, with the utmost sincerity, thank you. Can the student athletes who are in the room today stand up and give a big round of applause for our amazing supporters?
And now, to close things out, we'd like to welcome to the stage Nicole Greengo, Executive Director of Wellness, Recreation, and Athletics. Thank you.
Apologies, folks, for the earlier technical challenge. It had me in quite the panic thinking that I would need to do a keynote speech that I was not prepared for and that perhaps none of you would want to hear. So, but we got it fixed, and I think it was a great addition to the morning, and I just want to thank those who participated in preparing that video. Love to hear your feedback on that when you get a chance to let us know. So as I've been introduced, I'm Nicole Greengo. I'm the Executive Director of Wellness, Recreation, and Athletics. And I really want to thank you for joining us for the 17th Annual Vikes Championship Breakfast. As I reflect on my time in this department, I'm reminded of how special this event is and the incredible impact it has on our student athletes who, through your generosity, are able to participate in varsity performance sport programs. This is the third year that I've had the privilege of working directly with a remarkable team that brought this event to life, and I'd like to extend my gratitude to them. To our event sponsors, Minute Maid, University of Victoria, Rogers Sports and Media, and Team Sales Vancouver Island, thank you so very much. For all of you who are here this morning with us from those organizations, we are very, very grateful. A big thank you to our event staff, including our Vikes Championship Breakfast Committee led by Drushka Pillay, and supported by many of our folks on the Vikes Athletics and Recreation team. Degrees Catering for their lovely breakfast and wonderful service this morning. And I also heard kudos for the people who were going around with the coffee. That was very important, so much appreciated. And to the UVic Alumni and Annual Giving team. To our event speakers, Dr. Skip Dick, thank you for your welcome and blessing this morning. Our paths cross from time to time, Skip, at various events, and I'm always better having spent time in your presence. Thank you for your kindness and generosity of spirit. Thank you. Dr. Elizabeth Croft, I love working with you, and thank you for your inspiring opening remarks Your contributions are always greatly appreciated. Thank you. Our video presenters, Carissa, Brittany, and Mike. It can be a challenge standing in front of a camera and conveying your feelings and how you think about how sport has influenced your life and how much appreciation you have for those who have helped you along the way. Thank you for doing that, and I hope everyone agrees that they did a wonderful job. To Courtney, for engaging the crowd this morning. I think people usually say something like, I didn't know you had it in you, but I knew you had it in you. So well done. Congratulations. Good job. So, and of course, our wonderful MCs, Isabella Bernaro from Women's Swimming, and Monica Arcady from Women's Cross Country and Track. Thank you very, very much. Student athletes are the reason that we're here today. Thank you for leading this event and representing your Vikes colleagues so well. And finally, a special thanks to the University of Victoria for always committing $250,000 annually to support this event and our student athletes. And I'd be remiss if I didn't thank the amazing folks who made this event come to life, as well as to thank our Hall of Fame inductees for 2024 and 2025, who have all contributed in remarkable ways to our varsity performance sport programs, as athletes, coaches, or as builders. For 2024, women's basketball alumna Kelly Boucher and men's rugby alumnus Ed Fairhurst, who will both be recognized in the athlete category. For 2025, men's soccer alumnus Moreno Stefani, who's joined us this morning, who will be recognized in the builder category, and men's cross-country and track alumnus Brent Fogner, who will be recognized in the coach category. We look forward to a ceremony in the coming spring. So, in closing, at Vikes Athletics and Recreation, we pride ourselves on providing the best possible student-athlete experience. Your support allows us to continue to do just that. As a very wise and kind person conveyed to me just last week, your contributions make it possible for our student-athletes to perform in a varsity performance sport program that not only cultivates their academic talent, but also creates the conditions through which they can thrive as teammates, friends, scholars, exemplary citizens, and the leaders of today and tomorrow. So thank you very much. And once again, on behalf of Vikes Athletics, thank you for attending the 17th annual Vikes Championship Breakfast. We are so very happy you were here. And to those who have contributed to the Vikes Championship Breakfast but could not join us in person, no matter where you are, you have our sincere gratitude. Now I will pass the mic back to our fabulous MCs to close out the event. Isabella and Monica, take it away.
Thank you. Thank you all so much for your continued support of the Vikes Championship Breakfast. I know it sounds like we've been throwing out a lot of thank yous, and they may seem redundant at this point, but I assure you they are not. We are very grateful. Your support produces champions, and we so look forward to seeing you next year.
Yes, thank you so much. And like I said earlier, as a senior athlete, I could not express my gratitude more, and having the opportunity to be an MC at this event just showcases that a lot more. So thank you so much again. And like Monica said, see you next year.
Go Vikes! Go Vikes!